Hello everyone, welcome to part 8 of my home renovation project. Today I'm going to focus on tiling this piece now, but first I have to push these cupboards back into place and then the reason why I removed them is because that wooden parquet flooring was underneath that as well. So I had to remove a cupboard and strip that out and then strip these out. So now I'm just gonna move them back and make sure everything's clean behind you, and then I'll push them back into place and then I'll just tile around them. I don't know what the hell that is. Didn't notice it the first time. Looks like a swastika. Some Nazi border carved that in there. Look at all this mess. Wonder how many creepy crawlies died in there. And there's a broken tile. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that one. Believe it or not, I actually found the original piece. I think I'm just gonna stick it back and grout it in between there, because I don't want to remove all of these damn tiles. It's not necessary. I think this will do. Yeah. And it's so low, and I don't think you'll really notice it unless you look for it. I'd rather put this back than to remove everything, because it's a lot of work and it's expensive. Now I just need to clean this away, make it flat. Like that should hold it up quite nicely, and then I'm gonna put a brick against it. Yeah, I don't understand why it's so much out, but I'm not really gonna bother cutting it off because this whole cupboard is gonna overlap this in any case by a few centimeters. So I'll just stick it back as it is. I actually need to clean this out first before I stick these tiles down. I need to clean this whole door. I think I should do that the very first thing right now, actually. Yeah, I know it's scratching it up a bit, but oh well. I can always just spray paint this later. I don't think these pieces are that stuck, so I could even use the pressure washer to spray this all down. My main focus is to actually get this out of here and down here. And this I can just rub away with my finger. Yeah, I managed to clean this out nicely. Now the door can slide smoothly. I also vacuumed in there and everywhere here. I think what I'm going to do first is place down these tiles that I cut. I'm going to place them down, and then I was left with that open gap there. So what I'm going to do now is place the tiles down and make that strip. I already had one from my pile of scraps there. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, I managed to measure that piece. So I'm gonna go from that line all the way to this left corner here. So it's gonna be like a triangle, a very thin triangle, like that. And I'm gonna use a thick piece. I just have to be very gentle when putting this in, but it looks like it's gonna work. Okay, let me just measure these two tiles and cut those. That one's cut. Now time to do that one. With these corner ones, I like to flip the tile upside down and push it as far into the corner as I can, as straight as I can. But yeah, the wall isn't 90 degrees, so it's a bit skew. And then I like to measure from here and from here, and then I cut this piece off first, and then I have my proper size to go in there, and then I'm left with this overlap, and then I just measure that as well. I also flip the tile around and like how it is now, and then I measure that piece, and then I cut that off, and then I got the nice edges, the smooth edges, facing the rest of the smooth edges on these tiles. So here I'll make a mark more or less over here. Doesn't have to be completely accurate, I can always trim it later. But I make my marking there, and on this side about the same distance. Let's say about here. This one also just snapped clean off. So this is how I had it, with the arrows facing that way. And now after cutting it, I'm going to flip it this way with the arrows facing that way. I got all my tiles arrows facing that way. So here's the cut side, and here's the nice edge. And then I just mark it over here. Just gotta make sure. Okay. So yeah, also about in line with this one, like that. And on this side, I can move it just a little bit so I can get the space. So about here. Just like that. And I hardly even had to trim it. The space was accurate. Okay, there we go. The time is now 4:25. I would have liked to continue cutting and placing. I'm not gonna do that today yet. I was too busy cleaning this whole frame, and I was busy scratching out all the stuff from, the cement that was stuck in between here from when I was busy putting this back together. So what I'll do now is stick these down and that one, and I'll stick that strip in, and I'll stick those two, and I'll stick those for now, and then tomorrow I can move in there. And if I have enough left, I'll stick that piece back there. I'm actually going to start here instead because I got a nice thick consistency there, and I'm going to need that to fill that up nicely. I think like that will do. Okay, now I'm going to put that strip in here. Just like that. Don't want to crack it in the process now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. It will dry eventually and become solid. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's flush with the frame of the sliding door, so I'll keep it that way. Just that the tile itself is higher, but I think it's okay the way it is. Because when I start lifting it here to be high with the tile, then it doesn't look good. But like this, it's actually pretty good. So I'll leave it like that. Alright, it's the next morning now. I think this is dry enough. It's loose. There we go. Nice. Well, I'm gonna have to. It's quite a waste. Should have cleaned that up and put it back in the bucket, but oh well. I got the cupboards in place. I was just cleaning the old tar that was still from the parquet flooring off the sides. And I'll sweep it up. And before I start placing down my tiles, I'm just going to clean this away. Cut it off somehow. Okay, I got this nice and clean now. And I vacuumed this whole piece here. And I laid down, or cut that little piece there and laid down the first tile for this passageway. Now I'm just going to cut the next few tiles and cut and place them as I go. Okay, so just a quick update. Yesterday I cleaned out the excess cement from the frame and finally managed to stick these few down here, and that one there yesterday. And today I finally put these cupboards back and I cut some tiles to start placing in here. So I got these all stuck down and I got the ones in the corners stuck down. I still had some cement left over, so I actually managed to stick two down. Some spare offcuts that I wasn't intentionally planning to use here, but they worked, so I took the chance with those. In my next video I'm going to cut these few here, and I'm going to cut those and stick all those down. Maybe I'll even start putting the kitchen cupboards and counter back and the covers for the plugs and connect all the wiring. I'll see how far I get in my next video. I don't get paid for any of this work that I'm doing, and I'm not a monetized channel yet, so I don't make any money from my videos. So if you're watching this and you enjoy these videos, the best way you can support me is to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That will really mean a lot to me and helps me out. And if you're feeling generous enough, you can also buy me a coffee. The link is in the description below. Every coffee helps. I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.